if I don't have a passport. And
No.
I'm assuming between February and April I should be okay. But we
You
all
just
know.
can't tell. There's just no middle ground, is there? Passport's like 10 days or 5 months.
Exactly.
No, I just think you can tell that. I think there are teams and they're run by different people, and you want like the team run by like Amy, she got get shit done, and then there's the team run by Stephen where fucking nothing happens.
Exactly, and I'd rather send it off now, and then I know I have it for August.
Yeah, exactly.
Rather than wait until after April and then be like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to get it for my summer holiday. So I'm looking for a UK break.
You know, it's going to be a blue one now.
Yeah, because my kids have got it because they were just brewing nude. So the news today about City can't change in train station names. What is happening?
Oh, yes, we're having the lionesses.
But why is this costing money? Can't you just put a sign next to it? Like,
Oh, no,
why does
no.
we need to change
Signs?
everything?
Signs are like so expensive. Like if we didn't pay for signs, we could have cured cancer.
Yeah, but can't we just put like a little something underneath it?
I just think
like,
just don't. Just like unless it's, you know, like a racial slur as a name, just leave fucking names alone. Like we just don't have money to be spending on this.
We really don't.
Things we should not spend money on: changing signs, go into space. Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of They're Not Even Real Housewives. Though I'm here. I'm Rosie. Who am I? That seemed smooth.
And I will keep that in as well. I'm not even going to take that out.
I'm Rosie and I'm here with Tajani, and we have got no Potomac to talk about.
Or Married to Medicine. Like, I don't
Monday
understand.
didn't happen.
The demographics of who's watching the Super Bowl even, versus who is watching Bravo. I don't understand what is happening here. And also as well, with all due respect, you could fit one Bravo show in the adverts for the NFL.
In the bit where they're just changing.
Yeah, or just throw the ball, give me 10 minutes of Housewives, catch the ball, throw the ball, give me another 10 minutes of Housewives. Like,
It's unnecessary.
I agree. Although it was probably because it was all Taylor Swift related this time, wasn't it? That's what people were watching.
People were watching a lot of Taylor Swift, though I did see a thing that was like Beyonce basically just proposed at Usher's wedding because she took up that huge advert being like, coming soon.
Oh yeah, she's doing a country album. How are we feeling about this?
Well, a lot of people went country last year, didn't they?
I'm okay with it. I see the parallels in it. I think
I can see the parallel of it. I trust that it's not like it's not going to be like glorifying guns, is it? So I think it.
Yeah, but not all country music is glorifying guns. Dolly
No,
Parton
some
doesn't
of it's
glorify a
drinking.
gun.
No, that's true.
Dolly Parton is a fucking queen.
Yeah, I think if we are looking at the Dolly Parton lens, it'll be fine. I mean, don't personally really listen to country, but
I mean, we've all broken down to 9 to 5 though, haven't we?
yeah.
And a bit of Jolene. Come on now.
Yeah, but it's like that thing, isn't it? Like Dolly Parton, she could release like a thrash metal album and everyone would listen to it. She could release a yodeling advert and album and we'd all be like, yeah, yodeling. Maybe I should have a look at that.
And Shania Twain can do no wrong in my eyes. No wrong.
Good to know.
Love me some Shania Twain. I think she was my first girl crush, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. I have a serious thing for Shania Twain, but I love a redhead, so that helps. Can we talk about the most amazing piece of Bravo news to hit the streets since Tamra Judge announced her comeback to the OC?
Atlanta.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Miss Portia is back.
She's coming back.
Oh,
but who's she going to bring? That's the question.
I think Nene's coming back. Because have you noticed that Nene deleted all traces of her conversations with Bethany?
There's been a lot of like...
I think, I to be honest, I don't really care. I think Candy going was heartbreaking for me because I stan Candy, always have stan Candy. But I think her and Portia can no longer coexist.
Yeah, they can't. They can't.
I think it's too much. I think they did it for a really long time
Mhm.
after the drama happened, and I think they did really well and everything's cool, but I just don't think it's the right headspace. Like Candy doesn't want to have that level of drama. Portia doesn't want to have that level of drama.
Yeah,
And even if they were trying to not have that level of drama, the public wouldn't allow that to happen.
exactly.
They
It's
would
always
still
going to
keep
be the
bringing it up.
third person, isn't it, in the room?
Exactly. Now, is Phaedra coming back?
Maybe. Oh, maybe. Oh my word.
Because I think Phaedra is better suited to Housewives than she is to Married to Medicine.
Because she's not married to medicine.
Because, well, no, yes, that. But also as well, it's a different pace.
Yes.
It's like Atlanta is constant shade.
Yep.
That's all they do. They go for lunch and they have shit and they throw shade.
Yeah.
Whereas in Married to Medicine, these bitches have jobs.
Yeah. No, people are like cutting people open. They're bringing babies into the world. It's like real shit.
They're saving lives.
Yeah.
They're doing actual. It's just not the same.
You can't drop the ball in that.
Drama. Listen, that's not. Married to Medicine is still one of the top 3 Bravo shows of all time. But it's just not the same. And I don't think Phaedra's able to be Phaedra. And it's really hard for me to say that because I have just finished my Atlanta rewatch. So the wounds are still fresh for me now on Phaedra.
Everyone's fresh with her because of The Traitors.
Yeah, which is still coming soon on BBC iPlayer. By the way, fix that because it's really fucking annoying that I can't watch it.
I'm sure there's a way you can watch it, isn't there? There must be.
Yeah, but I don't like to do illegal stuff anymore. I like to keep everything above board.
Oh, okay. That's
when it comes to
since
TV,
when?
not in life. Like only when it comes to TV.
Right. Okay. Good. Yeah. Good.
Everything
good
else
to know.
is still like, yeah.
So yeah, Portia is back. She's doing cute videos. We're loving it. Speaking though of ex-Atlanta housewives, did you see Cynthia's video?
Of the man with the thing that looks like she got married.
Did Cynthia get married?
I don't know. I feel like she got married.
Again? I feel like she didn't get married, but she does fucking love to get married, so maybe.
Well, she doesn't know. That's the thing. Cynthia's never really been one who she didn't want to marry Peter in the first place.
No.
She married Mike and didn't that didn't work out too
well. For
like
7 minutes, yeah.
So I feel like the third time's a charm, innit?
Maybe. Who knows? I think she just likes like a frock and to be the center of attention.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm here for it. Marcus and Larsa?
So Marcus and Larsa split up, but now they're potentially back together. Is this just a fucking Super Bowl publicity stunt? What's happening here?
Well, he plays basketball, so
he doesn't play basketball. His dad plays basketball.
Okay, fair. But it's not the right sport.
I know, but it's just a time when people, I don't know, I just thought it was like a time when maybe people are hyper focused on telly. Who knows?
I reckon the dad said, I'm going to cut you out of the will unless this ends. Because like the episodes were airing of them talking about having children and doing all the rest of it. And he initially thought it was just a fling. So yeah, he wasn't happy about it, but he didn't really get involved. And then he said, yeah, so you're not going to get any of my billions if this continues.
Which I think
and Marcus
fair.
was like,
if you love it, if this is real love, you don't care. You'll give up the billions.
Not if you've never flown a commercial plane in your entire fucking life.
And I don't think he's capable. I don't think either of them are capable of that level of love.
Yeah, they are, but for themselves.
Yes.
For the reflection in the mirror. Not for
fair.
anything other than themselves. I don't know. I just think I laughed so hard on the train today that people stared at me when they were playing pickleball in Miami. And
good
Adriana
Lord.
said she's like the kid that has the bag over her head and thinks that no one can see her. Like she's completely like that is the best description of Larsa ever.
Yeah.
Like I laughed hard. Like it was a thing. Like people were staring at me.
I like to make people uncomfortable on the train. It's always nice.
They weren't uncomfortable. They were just like, what is this bitch laughing at?
They were like, oh fuck, what does she know? What is she planning?
because the dude sitting next to me at one point was watching me watch them shove dildos in each other's faces. So he was like, "What the hell?" And then I started like, it was a moment. Miami was a moment this week.
See, well, you're now getting my full experience of the commuting watching. It is a whole nother level.
It is different.
Yeah. There's a judgment that you just you have to embrace.
Oh, I'm here for the judgment, honey.
Yeah.
I'm
and then
here.
sometimes you get someone who's like really keen to watch over your shoulder, and you're like, "Are we friends? Should you fuck off?"
Yeah, why are you breathing on me? Oh, I had to push someone the other day because they were just in my personal space.
God! On what day is yesterday? I got off the train and the guy behind me, so he on the seats facing the same way, so we're not touching each other in any capacity. So he got up, he swung around and he hit me in the back of the head with his fucking elbow. It hurt, it caned. It hurt so bad, and by the time I got to work, so I get off the train, I get on the tube, I then missed my stop on the tube. Yeah, I don't think I was all right. I get to work, I'm like, I think I'm gonna puke.
Yeah, concussion.
He didn't even say sorry. I'm like, that must have, you must have felt that in your fucking arm. My head is hard.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, dickhead. If I'd been more with it, I would have shouted at him, but I was,
Well, you'll see him again.
He was huge, so I will. His easiest spot.
Get one of them big umbrellas, with the spiky bottom, and just jab a toe.
Him in the back of his head.
Just get a toe. Break his foot. Little shit. Ugh, hate people. Anyway.
Worst.
Cool. So let's get into any more words on the street.
No, those are my words.
Okay, cool. So let's get into the TVs. I have no notes again, but I did watch everything today, so I should be.
So you're fresh as a daisy.
Well, I don't know in which order anything happened, but I remember all the stuff.
Well, that'll do.
Vanderpump.
Let's start with Vanderpump. So my first thoughts are that Tom was at Tom's birthday.
Yeah, I was going to text you, and I thought
he's there.
Yeah, I was going to text you, and I thought no, it'll ruin the moment on the podcast of the realization that Tom was actually there.
So he cocks up, doesn't he? Because he's not there long enough for Sandoval to like him, but he also then is late and he misses Sheena, which is frankly a blessing. Now that he's watched it, I'm sure he'll be relieved.
You're really hating on Sheena on her emo moment, aren't you?
I'm really upset about it.
I don't even know what I was with Lala. I don't know what emo is. I don't understand emo. Who is emo in my generation? And I was quickly informed on the Twitter that it was probably Blink-182 was my emo moment. But I don't feel like they're emo.
No, they're like punk rock.
See, this is all white people stuff. I don't know this stuff.
Emo is, music that you shout and are sad to.
Well, Mike and I were having a conversation about this because he saw something about emo and he was saying that maybe if kids these days had that emo moment or them R&B ballad albums, maybe they wouldn't have so much, because that's why we got our acknowledgement that our feelings were valid. Everyone else was going through this shit, so you had your emo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I had my Destiny's Child fucking I'm gonna slip my wrist because my boyfriend's left me and he's left me for some other chick, and I had those kind of ballad songs, and you had your emo stuff. But we're not all on we're all batshit crazy, but we're not all on highly anxietified. I can't think of the word.
No, I think I know an increasing number of people who were on something to level them out, but yes.
I mean, we took recreational drugs. It's not the same thing.
No, I mean now. I think they're just getting
again. We know people,
but yeah, I think yeah. So you think if people just listen to more of the Smiths, they'd SADHD?
No, more the heart-wrenching anxiety that stops them from going outside because they're worried about everything and
Have you listened to the Smiths? I think that's going to make it worse.
No, not if you were listening to it from the day one. And
yeah. I mean, Dan has always said you can have happy songs or happy people, not both.
Absolutely.
So he's in your corner here.
Yeah, and he's a smart guy. Just saying.
Well, smart enough to end up a teacher. He's never got away from those people, right? He's still with those teenagers. We've all left them.
Well, yeah, it was teachers never left school.
That's not true. He was unemployed for ages. Sorry, a student. He was a student. He's the most
Poor Dad.
fucking qualified teacher in the world.
Leave Dad alone. Anyway, yeah.
Right. So we go to emo night. Sheena performs. There's not a single shot of the reaction at all. The crowd are hating it.
Do you think that's what that was?
Yeah. All we're seeing
Okay.
is her having a Gwen Stefani. How many times has Gwen Stefani been fucking mentioned recently?
Because we said it. That's why. We're trendsetters. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. 1000%.
James turns up and he's like, so I went to see Tom. Like, it's all about me. Let me spill the tea.
And then Tom's doing the same thing, though. I loved it when he was like, I went to you know whose house, and Ariana's like, my house.
My house.
You went to my house.
I like him being like, we know he's a doucher, but I was like, a doucher, mate, really?
It's not the same as douche.
It's not the same.
You know, but yeah, and then Tom's back there talking about how back in the house talking about the whole thing, like getting sympathy from everyone, and then
oh yeah,
Billy's like, "Oh my god,
she abandoned you. She didn't text you back on your birthday, and you are 7, so that's a big deal."
Fucking Billy Lee. I really like Billy Lee, but I don't like her on the show. And I've said this before.
I didn't know you knew her off the show.
No. All right, dickhead. I meant like on the socials and all the rest of it. I like the way she carries herself. I think she's a fun chick and I respect her story. I respect everything she's gone through, and I think she's gone through a lot. Like, transitioning is hard.
Yeah.
Living in your authentic self is difficult, and I respect anyone who's done that. And I think she's a fun girl. I really do. But
saddling yourself to Tom is an error.
Well, that, and then
so we see Katie and Ariana having IVs the next morning, and they say Anne has tidied up. So I heard that Ariana has now hired Anne
as her assistant.
Yeah.
Here for it. Here for it.
Passive aggressive nonsense we can all get behind.
She's in her petty era, and I'm here for all of it.
And Katie says that she's like rekindling her friendship with Sheena because the lights have finally come on.
Oh.
I want to be your friend because you're finally not acting stupid.
Well, but
like, that's not how you make friends.
Yeah, that's how Kate Maloney makes friends.
Also, she's trying to like fuck her band, but they're not really Sheena's band, are they? Because Sheena has had one song.
Well, no, she's had more than one.
She had 2.
That's more than one.
It's just double. It's 100% more than one. So that's obviously going to end really well.
We're going to hell. Yeah.
So then we see Sandoval talk to Lisa.
He being Screamer?
The fuck is wrong with him?
I don't know, but she kept her cool.
She was remarkably in control.
Like, I don't know if I would have been quite so calm if he spoke to me like that. Like, what is he like?
She starts off trying to be so polite because she's like, the gentlemanly thing to do is to move out, and he's like, but let me bitch and whine about how life's not fair on me. Whine. She's like, I didn't ask you a question.
And I think, I shouldn't say this, but I feel like him saying, I didn't want to be here anymore, I had like suicidal thoughts, it was manipulation to get Lisa on side. 1000%.
I thought that he entirely knew what he was doing. He was deliberately deliberately saying something hurtful to her.
Yeah. Like, if someone said that to me, that would instantly make me like want to be like extra aware of them and help them out, and it's a manipulation, and it's not cool.
And he's just like, she just says like, you should be being remorseful, and he is not. But
he thinks he is, though.
He's like, it's a lot, it's hard for me, like, you don't know, like, I've worked so hard and it's so grueling, and it's like, this cannot be the hardest you can fucking work because you are doing a shit job.
Yeah. Has he paid his mum back yet?
Of course he what, in that bar that he doesn't run. Nah, I shouldn't have thought so. And then
he deserves the Sky remote to the head.
Yeah, he does, if anyone does. And he's so fucking extra because he's like, they went on this podcast. Sheena was on this podcast and it was like so disgustingly explicit. And then he's like,
wasn't.
What? Because she said that she begged for sex.
Yeah.
Like, you told us that you had sex with her in a fucking car while she was wearing a fucking bodysuit.
Yeah.
That's more explicit, dickhead. Nah.
I listened to that podcast and I didn't think it was explicit at all. Because poor Nima, bless him, he was from Showers of Sunset, great show also. Doesn't have an explicit bone in his body. That man has no game. No game. There's not like, yeah, it's like a puppy. Like, just, yeah, no.
Yeah. He's just so self-pitying. I couldn't be. And then he says that that Lisa's attacking him, and she's very clear. She's like, I am not attacking you.
You would know about it.
Yeah, and she says you have to show sensitivity and contrition, and he's just like, I don't have those. My body doesn't make that. Only makes arrogance and being self-involved. He's like, I'm not living my rock star life. And it's like, guess what, mate? Do you know how many people are rock stars? Fucking hardly any of them. You are a mediocre singer at best. That's why you're not a rock star. It's not because you fucked your girlfriend's best mate. It's because you are not. Because actually, people don't care about that in rock stars. You think you think Mick Jagger's going, oh, I hope nobody finds out I was unfaithful. Twat. Then what happens? I don't
think you have any issues with Tom whatsoever.
I mean, on the flip side, I do think it's like, it must be horrible to be completely ostracized from everybody. I do think there's a part where like Ariana is to be like, you're not allowed to, like, if you want to speak to me, you're not allowed to speak to him. I'm like, I don't think people have that sort of level of control over other people.
Yeah.
Like, if that, I'm so contrary. If someone said, well, if you speak to him, you're not allowed to speak to me, I'd be like, well, I'm definitely gonna.
Yeah, no, 1000%.
Whereas if you said like, please don't, or like, I just don't want to be in the same space, like you can't control what people do when they're not sitting next to you.
No, and I'd probably fucking do. Just why not? Like, I'll see you not being able to talk to him, and I'll raise you sitting on his face.
You know, when he's quiet.
Yeah.
His face.
And then do we go to Vanderpump Dogs and Swartz goes there?
Yeah, Swartz goes there. And
to get the dogs groomed.
Yeah, and they have this really slight sort of, he's so awkward in his delivery, isn't he? Like, why is he not more smooth in life in general?
Because he's
got all the component parts, but he can't make it work.
He should be Rico Suave.
Okay.
You know, that kind of like, he's got the look, he's got the hair, he's got the face, he's got like the patter, like he's he's got vocabulary, like you can hold a conversation with Tom. In fact, with both Toms you can hold a conversation, but like there's something,
he would put his foot in his mouth.
There's something very unattractive about Tom Swartz and very attractive at the same time. Like, I feel like he's wet. Like, if we kiss, my whole face is wet.
Yeah.
Like, and I even think he'd fuck up going down on someone. Like, I just don't feel like it would take a while, and it shouldn't.
Yeah, like he'd get lost.
Yeah.
Or distracted.
Yeah. Like, there's just a key component missing, and I don't know what it is.
But the awkwardness of coming in and being like, oh, my brother is in rehab again. So you're opening a bar. Should we go to your new bar?
Yeah.
I'm like, what? You're not seeing.
No, go on.
I just don't. He doesn't see the clash, does it? And then he's like, maybe I should drink less. Like, maybe I should look at my moderation. I'm like, that's the real tip of that fucking iceberg, isn't it? Like, you sling liquor for a living.
There's loads of bar people though that are sober.
Not as many as who aren't.
No, true. Very true.
But he's just like fallen through his life, hasn't he? Like, it's like, what is the plan? There's no plan. You're just like reacting.
No, he's done very well for doing very
For
little.
not having a plan.
No, and for not having any kind of
Or a job.
or wherewithal to like do stuff. Like, especially when you
Yeah.
look at where he came from, and they answered an ad on Craigslist,
Yeah.
and he turned up to an apartment, and Tom Sandoval was there, and they became roommates. Then they met Jax, and then this, like, imagine.
Yeah, like he so easily could have just been murdered at that point, and
What,
and
he's
no
a
one would
serial
have
killer's
known.
wet dream.
Oh, he absolutely is. She's not wrong.
Like, imagine how amazing that would be. Like, that is your life.
Just falling upwards.
Ugh, I really hope he doesn't procreate though, because I just don't feel like we need more Schwartzes in the world.
I just don't think he has it in him.
I don't. Yeah, he's probably shooting dust, isn't he?
I think they used up all the sperm on those triplets.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
Yeah. Poor, like that poor brother though. That's awful. What he's going through.
It's not easy solved, is it?
No.
But you know what? Tahoe.
Okay. Can we talk about the fact that we need to go to America and just do a Vanderpump restaurant tour?
Yeah, that would be great.
To be fair, we wouldn't leave California. No, we would. Vegas is in Nevada. It's a different state.
Yeah. Isn't Tahoe in...
No.
No.
Tahoe's in California. It's on the border.
Okay, there you go.
So you can do the thing where you stand on one side. So when I went to Tahoe a couple of times when I lived in California, we used to do like casinos or stay in hotels where the hotel was in Tahoe, but the casino part was in Nevada.
Oh, like, so they all get together, they go to see you next Tuesday, and Lala's forgot to get dressed again. And Swartz turns up and they say, were you invited?
Yeah.
Were you invited to this public night? And then Tom Sandoval comes and he says he's like come for dinner.
Yeah.
And it's just like the most awkward thing in the world.
And then his friend Kyle was like, do you have to do that apology tour every time you see someone new? Like, yes, dude, he fucked up.
He publicly absolutely fucked up.
This is the thing.
Like, or move. Those are your options.
Oh, and then he has to talk to Sheena outside in the alley. I did love having the
In the
alley back.
alley.
I'm not gonna lie. Loved having that back.
Didn't he say she had a Shania Twain vibe?
Was it Britney or Shania?
I'm not entirely sure it was either of those, but it was somebody.
Yeah, she
I
was
feel like
going
it was
for
maybe
that
Shania.
early
Oh, no.
2000s look.
Married to the Cyclist?
Nope. Lance Armstrong?
Yes.
Who's married to Lance Armstrong? Does he have a wife? I thought he doesn't have a penis. No, that's not true. Didn't he lose a ball?
Yeah, he doesn't have a testicle. Right, tell me about what you think about the Sheena conversation, and I'm going to find out who Lance Armstrong's ex-wife is.
I just think that he was trying to be really, like, it was bizarre. So he stopped to get her a vodka soda because he was getting himself a Diet Coke because he had to throw that in there.
Yeah,
He wasn't drinking. And then she was like, oh, I'm not drinking. He said,
sober curious.
Oh, no, that was earlier.
Sheryl Crow.
Lance Armstrong is married to Sheryl Crow.
Not anymore, but she was.
No.
He was. Yeah.
All I wanna do is have some fun. Wait, no.
Yes.
Oh, my tiny little mind is blown.
Imagine.
How does that happen?
I don't know. And
he was one of the most famous men in the world, though, for a really long time.
But it was at the time when they were both so busy. Like, literally, how did they ever have the time?
What is that? Tom Brady and Giselle?
Giselle. Yeah.
Fucking,
yeah.
Fucking, no.
Buccaneer.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, fucking gorgeous woman.
Yeah.
He's not that hot. He's only hot because he was married to her.
He's only hot because he's rich and famous. And he's like that kind of hot.
Plays football and carries a helmet. There's that always helps.
I mean, it doesn't do anything for me, but I think other people like it.
Mm. No, but anyway, so he made a point of saying, oh, when he bought her the drink, and she's like, I'm not drinking, I've been sober for 3 weeks or whatever. And he was like, oh, I had a feeling you weren't drinking tonight. Like, no, you didn't,
No,
dude.
you didn't. You
That's
brought
why
her
you got her the
vodka.
vodka. Like, this is the narcissistic behavior that Sheena was trying to explain to him that you
Like,
have.
just stop.
And he was like, I'm not a narcissist. Lala's a narcissist. Why? Why? Where's Neat?
But even then, he doesn't stop. Then, because then she's like, well, a narcissist would say that, and he's like, well, you should look up the definition. Just stop.
Suck a dick, dude. I can't. I just can't. Or suck Lance Armstrong's one testicle. Okay?
This thing, he's like, I really miss Sheena. It's like, but not enough not to be a dickhead to her.
She reached out to you and you blocked the bitch.
Yeah.
That's the series of events that happened. That's what occurred. Idiot. Anyway, so that
Such
conversation
idiot.
was hilarious, and I was here for Sheena not crying.
She
and
did
not
really
making it-
well.
And she didn't make it about herself either.
No, she did very well.
I was very impressed with the Sheena. I like this new Sheena.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
Brockified Sheena.
Someone highlighted to me last week about how like Brock like didn't understand how Sheena couldn't like leave the kid for like an hour. And it was like, this is a man who like literally moved fucking continents to get away from his kids and try and get famous.
Yeah, okay. I also heard that. And I feel like whereas that may be true,
It's not a nice thing to say, but
it's not a nice thing to do. But I'm here for it. Yeah.
And that's it, isn't it? Other than Swartz telling Sheena she's not the queen of the group and she can't talk for everyone.
Ariana.
Yeah, sorry, Ariana.
Yeah. You're not the queen of the group. But then this kind of feeds into
She's like, yeah, I am.
But this feeds into whatever we see later when Lala's standing there going, I don't understand how when someone gets cheated on, they all of a sudden become the queen.
Yeah.
So whatever happens there is very interesting. I'm curious to see what that is about.
I almost think with Lala, it's a little bit jealousy.
A little bit?
Yeah, like, okay, a lot. Like, you got fucked over and you did really well.
The world likes you, whereas she got fucked over, and the whole
and everyone
world
called you a whore.
And a mistress.
Everyone said, told you so, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. But then but with all due respect to the Ariana and Tom situation, Tom cheated on Kristen to be with Ariana. So how you lose them, how you get them is how you lose them.
Yeah.
It's always going to be the way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but she did get him to buy her a house. So actually, we're really all just playing into her game.
Yeah, I mean, we all want to be Ariana, let's be clear.
Other than right now actually living in the house.
I don't know. I think she enjoys it. I think she's
so do I think she fucking loves the pay. How else did she put up with him?
Well, I mean, I love the pay. I would be here I would want to be the assistant. I want to be Ariana. I'd make things so difficult.
Keep programming, swapping out the white noise machine with an Electra.
Oh, I'd be training that dog to eat some people. I'm just saying. Because
it's got a chance.
It's not a normal dog, is it? It's like a staff, like a mastiff.
It's like a bad dog.
It's a bad dog. Obviously, I don't believe in this whole
bad
stigma.
Dogs, there's only bad owners.
But, I'm not here for the
chances
stigma
of anybody's dog, like Butters isn't gonna savage anybody.
Maybe. No, that dog will. Yeah, that dog's got lockjaw.
But like Lala's one,
go.
That's not. They can't see you. That dog's like a walking cataract advert. She's like, you want to go outside? No, you want to go for a walk? And it's like, not really. Who are you?
Yeah. All right, what's next? Beverly Hills?
Beverly Hills. We're home. Erica is still pissed. She's telling everyone that she's pissed.
She's been to a therapist about it and everything.
She's been to the therapist. She's still pissed. She's like a real advert for therapy, though, isn't she? Because she does seem to she's very good at like actioning the suggestions.
Yeah.
Because what I think the problem I would find with therapy is that I don't want to just talk to myself for an hour because I'm like already doing all of that crazy on my own. I would like practical advice.
Yeah,
Like, I
practical
don't want
advice.
how does that make you feel? I want tell them this, and then if they say sorry, accept it, and if they don't, you just shut that box. Like I need that. I don't need.
But I also feel like this therapist is not really giving Erica the adult responses to situations, because I don't feel like Erica is owed an apology.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Like, I feel
But
like
she's
her...
like meeting her where she is. I think that's what the therapist is doing. You know, like how, like, you're not supposed to wake a sleepwalker, or if people have Alzheimer's, you're not going to be like, it's 2024. Like, that doesn't help. You have to be like, okay, yeah, no, Thatcher's still there. Don't go outside. Is that not the advice?
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, you're very valid. But she's not any of those things.
I think she's thinking this woman genuinely thinks she hasn't done anything wrong. So what I have to do is make her stop shouting about it.
Okay. I don't
Or
know.
she's not going to have any friends.
Fair. And Sutton goes horse riding.
Oh, yeah.
Sutton, imagining Sutton riding anything was not something I needed first thing in the morning. I love her. I stand Sutton. But
she's like, there he is. Oh, no, that's not him.
Yeah. And Ari's like, or Arvi. What is his name? Ari or Arvi?
It's one of those, yeah.
Okay. He's like, your horse has white hair. Just casually in conversation.
He brings it a special carrot.
A purple carrot.
Yeah.
And then it eats the other carrot out the thing, and it's like scandalous. The way they reacted to that was hilarious. You have a basket of carrots.
I would watch the 3 of them in like a $6 special, I would say.
The horse and the 2 people.
Yeah, like imagine an old-fashioned sitcom where they all have to live together, and like and nobody really mentions that one of them's a horse.
What was that show with the horse that talked?
Oh yeah.
What was that show? Mr. Ed? No.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Was it Mr. Ed?
Mr. Ed.
There you go. Let's do that.
Apparently that when they're doing that thing where they're flapping their lips.
Yeah.
Good visual for this audio medium. That means that I think that's them, like sniffing. I think that's what that means.
Sniffing what?
Like they're like, if they can smell something, they're like figuring out what that smell is.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I think that
was hilarious.
It's my horse fact. I can do it. Go like,
oh yeah, you really can. I didn't realise your mouth was so wide.
I can get my whole fist in there.
I feel like I do know that. I feel like that's
one of the first things
before.
I tell people.
I feel like we've done that in the pub.
Yes, yeah, my mouth's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, look.
Well done, Dan.
Then we see some sad Kyle.
Oh, and Mo.
Yeah.
So the world is upset that she's drinking a non-alcoholic beer, because apparently she never drank beer the entire time that she was drinking. She only drank margaritas. So now the world is upset that she's drinking non-alcoholic beer. Like, really? This is where we are. This is what's happening in Housewives world.
Yeah.
This is what you're upset about.
Well, you know what happens when you start fucking on countries, I guess. I think you have to start drinking beer. But like, I imagine a lot of the bars only sell beer.
And I just also feel like, as well, it's like a non-alcoholic beer feels more like an actual drink than like a non-alcoholic something else.
Because a non-alcoholic margarita, what is that? Lemon juice?
It's fucking sugar and lime. That's all that is.
And like non-alcoholic wine, like all of that stuff tastes fucking awful.
It's horrendous. But
whereas
the beer
like non-alcoholic
tastes good.
beers are fine. Yeah.
So
and it was a Heineken there. The non-alcoholic Heineken's pretty good.
I've had the Peroni.
Oh, the Heineken is better, I think.
Oh, I'll try the Heineken. Not that I drink a non-alcoholic stuff, but I'll try
it. So she's sort of like saying how like he says that like they go to therapy and it's fun, and she's like, you are so just trying to give the right fucking answer. He's just trying to like shut the conversation as quickly as possible, isn't he? And she's just sad. She's like, I did all the stuff. I was the wife. I did all the kid things. And I don't want to just keep doing the things to facilitate your life. And that's like so valid, isn't it?
Really valid. And I think that's the key point that he's missing.
Yeah.
That she, like, doesn't matter how big he gets and how big her career becomes, he still has the expectation that she's going to do everything. And I think that's what the problem is. He's not taken a step back and said,
It's your turn. You be the lighthouse.
Or not even that. Let's find a way to do this together. So you don't feel like you always have to be the person thinking about someone else. Like, he goes to work and that's all he has to think
Or
about.
he contends
She goes to work.
with. And he has like no interest in her, in what she's doing. I'm sure she could do a film and he'd have no idea.
No. But she goes to
not
work.
Interested.
She goes to work. She still has to think about who's picking the kids up, who's cooking dinner, who's doing all the rest of it, and that's all she wants. She wants an acknowledgement of that happening. But then again, back to what we said last week in last week's episode was, does she realize how expensive it is to raise 5 women?
No.
So that level of stress, we're all laughing and joking about her having to manage the household, but the level of stress that he must have to make sure these females in his life live a life that they've become accustomed to. And I truly
and we're saying 5, but let's look at Kim.
Okay, 6, 7, 8. How many kids has Kim got?
Like 25.
Right, okay.
Like,
so yeah,
so maybe
okay, so
Kathy's
all of them
paying for that. I don't know.
Well, Kathy, I don't think Kathy's paying for anything.
Maybe Mr. Kathy.
No. The Hiltons don't strike me as someone who is helping anybody.
No.
They're doing it for a publicity photo and for a
Yeah.
charity tax write-off. They're not doing it because they want to look after the friends of, like, because let's be clear, Kyle and Mauricio had money, but they didn't have Hilton style money until recently.
Yeah.
And they've been looking after Kim for decades.
Yep.
So it's not like, I don't know.
This is the problem with capitalism, isn't it? You can't get off.
No, you can't. And I think it's really, as much as I think Mauricio has been a dickhead in this situation, you can't discount that level of pressure that he must feel to provide for his family.
And I think it's that thing of, unfortunately, Kyle's realization is just too late. Like, if you'd had this realization maybe 5 years ago, we could have done something about it if you both really wanted to, but it's just too late.
Yeah. But I feel like he's still in it. The way he was trying to hold her hand, he was doing, like, he's still in it. He still loves his wife.
And he thinks he can convince her.
Ah, yeah, maybe.
Okay, so then we go to Garcelle's house, and they're doing a GoFundMe for Cyber Smiles, which, you know, sounds great, but like it was hard work.
Is anyone paying Diana back for the investigation she did into the robots?
I don't think so. I think she'll be okay. I don't think she'll miss a mortgage payment over it.
No, I just feel like someone should be paying attention to the fact that Diana spent all this money to find out who it was. And we haven't even been told who it was. I just think that's unnecessary. Just saying.
Yep, true. Fair.
I'm upset.
How did you feel about the conversation of, I want more independence. You can get Ubers to places?
It was a double-edged sword for me.
Okay.
One, I'm fucking tired of being a taxi service. So as soon as my children are old enough, they will be walking places and will be getting in Ubers by themselves and will be using public transport. Yeah,
but it's that. Nobody's suggesting walking or using public transport.
Well, they don't really have that in LA, though, do they?
That's true. You can't walk.
It's the people. Only crazy people use the bus in LA.
Yeah.
It's not like, I mean, crazy people in London use the bus also, but it's not the same. Like, it's not a safe space, right? But then also at the same time, I'm like, that's her son. That's her baby. Like,
what I thought I found like affronting is his like attitude, and I think I'm projecting because I find this with my own children. I'm like, you want something from me, and yet you are being so rude to me about it.
Yeah.
Like, if you want me to pay for your Uber so you can go to your friend's house and you want me to allow that to happen, ask nicely.
Put some motherfucking respect on my name.
You need more independence, because actually people who are ready for independence know how to talk to adults as adults.
Well, There is
So say,
that.
please, and I'm going to pay for this XY, or please, can you pay for it? Don't say, I
I feel
need
like
this.
I feel like the difference between you and Garcelle in this situation, though, is your child is still young. So they
Yeah.
don't understand boundaries yet. They don't
Oh
understand
my God,
tone
do
of
you
voice.
think it's going to come?
No,
Oh,
but
please,
wait,
God.
let me finish.
Sorry, go ahead.
However, you are instilling that from now. So if your son speaks to you in a certain type of way or your daughter speaks to you in a certain type of way, you look at them and you're like, I'm sorry, what?
Mm.
And then you correct the situation and you move forward. I think Garcelle's issue has always been that she has allowed her kids speak to her like that from the beginning.
Yeah.
So now
It's
she's
too
trying to
late.
say, they're like, wait, so all of a sudden you want to parent me now when I was allowed to do what the fuck I wanted up until I was a teenager. But now I'm
Yeah.
a teenager and a grown ass man. Now you want to start doing certain things. No. So I think it's different
Yeah. That's a good point.
for everyone. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, my kids aren't allowed to speak to me crazy. They try it, and there's only certain things that I can do. And the same thing for you. There's only certain things you can do because they're still small. But trust and believe, when they become that age, you come at me crazy and something's happening to you. And I'm like, you're a grown ass man at this point.
I'm certainly not paying for your fucking Uber so you can see your friend.
Go get a fucking paper round, go work in a shop, go do something.
Yeah.
Get a bus.
Risk the bus with your crazies. If you don't
I'll put
be nice to me.
I'll put 20 quid on a fucking Oyster card every month. I'll do that. But do you know what I mean?
They're
Like,
15. They would still have a free fucking Oyster card.
True. This is very true. But do you know, like, I just feel like it's different.
Oh, completely.
But I do enjoy seeing Garcelle being read by her son, so I'm not gonna lie. It's hilarious. And they look so different. They're so different.
It's crazy.
And I love the fact that she's sitting there going, I realize that you're different children and you need to be parented differently. And I'm like, is it taking you this long? Because those kids are not the same. They must have been different from young.
I don't know, maybe it's a twin thing.
But they look different. They sound different. They carry themselves differently. Like, you would think that you would know from very early on that you have to treat them differently. Surely.
I think people think, oh, to be fair, you have to do the same. Don't you? People have that misunderstanding of the difference between equity and equality.
Yeah, but like, there's differences in one sense and there's the same in the other sense. So allowing one to go to a party and not the other one going to a party is insane.
Yeah, but just even like the expectation of their emotional reactions and stuff, I still catch it with my two.
What?
Like, she was sick this week and I was like, there was no way I should have been, but like, I was so surprised at how like embarrassed she was.
Yeah, your son wouldn't be like that.
He has never been embarrassed in his entire life.
No.
He doesn't have the chemical in his body that makes embarrassment.
Yeah, but you were mentally prepared for a reaction to a situation that quickly transpired to be something very different, and you saw that straight away. Whereas
I think in 12 years' time it'll be different, right?
Like, I just feel like, just even from when they, like, you know how she is and you know how he is. They're very similar, but they're very different kids. Same as my kids. Like, one's emotionally more stable than the other one and just genuinely more stable than the other one. And I'm terrified of my daughter. That's fine. I understand that. But like, you see the differences in your children and you knew that from when they were babies. They weren't the same.
Yeah.
So this whole, I have to parent you differently, I don't believe it. There's something in me that doesn't believe this vision. And I think that's why her kids are calling her out on it, because they don't believe it either.
Do you think it's because she comes from a massive family though? Because I think that, like, I'm one of two. And so our differences are kind of our similarities and our differences are very visible because there's two of us. It's A or B. Whereas like my mum, who was one of 6, and Garcelle's like one of 7 or 8, isn't she?
Yeah.
So there's groups, there's cliques, there's odd ones out, there's everybody's upset, there's some quiet ones, some loud ones. I'm just not sure there's that much like variation. I think you get sort of whatever parenting is left at the time.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
And then like age ranges are so much that I think like when you've got kids over such a variety of age and then you've got such a stark comparison of having 2 at the same age, you might think, well, surely some of it's going to be similar because they're the same age. Sutton goes on a second date.
Oh, I love this guy. I know it doesn't work out, but I love him.
I didn't know Celine Dion made bags.
Bless him. And Sutton bringing her grapefruit juice.
And trying to play darts.
Was she bad at it? I can't remember.
I just was so shocked at seeing her. I just thought, isn't this very... Now, I'm not sure what word I should say, but isn't it very common?
Yeah. Like, for our American listeners, she means like trailer park.
Like, it's not classy.
No, it's not classy. But I think the problem is with... Not the problem. That's not what I meant at all. I think with the situation with Sutton is she is Southern. So there is the Southern
so it's
Belle
a Venn diagram.
Yeah, no, but there's like, yeah, exactly. So there's like the Southern Belle, the socialite, the debutante, that the oil baroness's child that does all the really rich shit, and then there's like the honky tonk, like sawdust on the floor.
And so then there's crossover. So in there you've got your horses, you've got your darts. I see.
Chicken wings.
Middle class people who don't have horses.
I don't know. We live in Essex. Guarantee you at some point one of our kids is going to own a horse.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
It's gonna be...
So, how much of a big thing is Mother's Day? PK says it's not a big deal.
Oh. I don't know where he grew up, but in the England that we live in, Mother's Day is a big deal.
I think we think that now that we're mothers. I don't particularly remember making much of an effort for my mum.
My mum was a single parent, so she did everything herself.
You could have made her a card, mate.
Oh, I did that.
Okay, good.
But like, if we went out for lunch and stuff, she
she paid.
Yeah.
And he says that she's not his mother. And then we go to the event. The event is great.
What was it? Diamonds and what? Bubbles.
Diamonds and champagne.
Yes.
Sign me up.
I was here for it, except for I couldn't afford anything in that room.
They got jewelry. They're selling blowjob rings.
Okay, I have to pee. That was it. I can't. That was the final straw. I'll be back.
We're back.
Oh, Lord. That was like a racehorse pee as well. Like, that was like proper wee. Anyway, so what we talking about? Diamonds, blowjob rings.
Diamonds, blowjob rings. Is Sutton drunk? Who cares? I'm having a great time.
And she pouring that vodka. I was like, what are you doing? I think she realised halfway through that she was in public.
Yeah, it was just like, oh.
That's what happened. It wasn't because it was like, because she was pouring. And then the woman said, are you sure? And then she was like, oh shit, no, I'm not at home. So I have to like taper my drinking. I was here for it. What do we feel about Crystal's bangs?
I wasn't here for it.
I think it made
it who had the Mia in Potomac had the like it's a thing and it's happening and I'm not keen.
I might have bangs tomorrow.
I mean I do now.
Yeah, but you
always have
born with bangs. Yes.
This is the haircut that I have.
This is it. Yes. It's either razor sharp at the back or it's not because it needs a trim. Like that's the variation.
It needs a trim.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about Crystal and Anne-Marie burying it?
I don't think it should have been anything in the first place.
Okay, good. Do we now never have to talk about it again?
Yeah, because I feel like Crystal lied, Anne-Marie lied, I think they both lied, and
cancelled each other out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I like it.
you been drinking wine this entire time?
No, I just went and got it when you went to pee.
Oh, fair.
I like the kind of light-hearted, girly chat of it all. Like when they're talking about the jewelry and they're talking about Sutton's date, and I was like, oh, this is nice. This is what I want. And even when they're like in the like viewing gallery and they're like all watching Anne-Marie and Crystal together, and they're like, look cool. Like, and Kyle's being like, oh, I'm going to get some fruit. I loved all of that. I thought that was really fun.
I was very upset by Dorit's outfit.
Oh yeah, what was it?
Only because she was like, I'm so excited for our look today when she was in glam. And then it was a Chanel pajama set.
But it looked like it was branding, didn't it?
It did look real.
Like it looked like she was advertising something, but not
Chanel.
No, I didn't think it was Chanel.
Well, that's what the two C's it would indicate.
It's what it implies. Do you know, I found myself on Net-a-Porter this week seeing if they sell Chanel. Like, I don't know why I was thinking this about myself.
They sell Chanel, don't they?
No, not like the jackets. Like, they sell handbags and stuff.
Oh.
But you can't buy like a Chanel jacket. And then I was on the Chanel website looking at and I just thought, and I was like, maybe in my life I should save up and buy a Chanel jacket. And I thought, for where?
Everyday bitch, make your life a runway.
Well, I thought, 10 grand is a lot of money for a jacket that they don't make in my size.
What is it Mary Cosby said? You could get the two things and sew them together?
I could. They kind of have the heart-to-heart with Erica.
And she cries because they apologise. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And Garcelle doesn't apologise.
Neither does Dorit.
Neither does Dorit.
Dorit kind of comes for her a little bit.
Yeah, she's like, I was a good friend to you. Like, don't make me out to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
And Kyle says that, but nicer. Everyone agrees that Kyle must give the best blowjobs.
Because she has the most amount of jewellery. Love that. And the most handbags.
Yeah.
But that's the thing as well. And I think that's another thing about that Kyle's upset about. She was the good wife.
Yeah, she did all the things.
She would have put out even when she didn't want to.
I just thought a really mean thing.
What?
I just thought a terrible patriarchal thing that I shouldn't say.
Oh no.
I was going to say she did all the things except give him a son. Oh. That's not all right to think, is it?
But it's true. Maybe he would have been home more if he had
maybe if he had a boy.
To go to. Yeah. But to be fair,
we don't think that.
No, we don't. Well, we can't think that because we all know how science works, and it's the man that defines the sex of the child. So it's his fault.
Yeah. It's not got enough chromosomes.
He's not. Well, we all know that. Just stop missing there.
I think he's pushed that out. There was a chance it was there. Yes, Sutton apologizes. But she sort of apologizes. I think it's quite backhanded. She sort of says, like, I'm sorry because I thought you knew what was going on. And now I realize that you were so stupid that you didn't know. Like, I feel like that's what that apology was. And Erica's like, thank you. And I'm like,
I'll take it. I'll take it. If it means that you don't think I've defrauded elderly and burn victims, I'll take it if you think I was a dumb bitch. Like, I'm okay with that.
Well, that's kind of been her argument, isn't it? Like, that was too I didn't know.
No, it wasn't anything to do with her being stupid. She chose not to investigate. Like, she knew.
But she's saying she didn't know. She was just the little wife. Like, that's her whole thing, isn't it? And well, I think that's what Sutton's saying. She's sort of like, okay, I see your line, and if that's what you're saying, fine, I'll take you on.
Yeah, but I mean, also, so Sutton is coming from a situation where she found out she owned a baseball team and a bunch of oil fields and whatever else that she earns.
And she found out she was getting divorced.
Like, she didn't know that until
things came right up to her.
She was signing shit and didn't know anything, and then all of a sudden she was like, oh, okay, now I have all this money. I was watching What Happens Live and she was on it, and Mike was sitting down and he was like, she's rich, isn't she? And I was like, richer than God. Richer than God. And I told him all this stuff and he was just like, holy fuck. I was like, yeah, that bitch is rich. And it was like, signing stuff, and I said, Michael's like, I sign stuff you give me all the time. And I was like, isn't that weird how it's the flip side of it over here? Because we've got no money. So when I give you a piece of paper to sign,
No one's getting embezzled.
Oh yeah, look, he's signing it because it's fucking something simple like an insurance document or like the mortgage.
How much is he worth if he's dead?
Huh?
How much is he worth dead?
Mike? I mean, I'll be all right. I'll be okay. Probably wouldn't have to work again if I was careful with my money.
Criminals, shall we talk about Miami?
Yes. So the only thing I care about, honestly, is meeting Isis.
Oh my.
Well, okay, first of all, actually, that's not true. Is the full Burberry print outfit back? Because Nicole rocking up in the Burberry
yes,
skirt,
that is a whole thing.
But we had that in the 90s.
It's back. It's back.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, have you seen that Burberry Mac that's in, that like reflective fabric? So
No.
like when the fabric that they used to have for like motorcycle gear. So
I know
it looks fine,
about.
and then when you put light on it, it shines. They have a checked Burberry Mac in that. It looks grey, and then you turn and it is like, oh, it's a thing of beauty.
How much is that?
Oh, I don't know.
Like $5,000.
I don't think it's probably that. Burberry's usually about $2,500, $3,000 you can get back. There's one of the youth at work has it. It's beautiful.
One of the youth, like, how are they affording? I don't understand.
Oh, because they live in London at mummy and daddy's house, and they get paid well, and they don't eat, so all their money goes on clothes. So ISIS. Oh, I think who is swindling who? Because
she's in love, in my opinion.
I don't think who she says she is. She is who she says she is.
Oh, so who do you think she is?
I don't know. I mean, ISIS is a weird cover name, isn't it? Like, if you were going to choose a fake name, you maybe wouldn't choose a terrorist group. But I just think she's telling us she's like 35.
I thought she said she was 38, the same age as Nicole.
38, either way, she's not, no, I don't believe that.
What makes you not think that that's real?
I mean, the fact that her face is so fake.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, isn't it?
Yeah, it does make it hard to tell.
When she's talking, there's a hurricane in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Like, her lips are so big.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But now, what's happened to her now?
Is anyone checking on her since he died?
I don't think anyone is, which means she's probably fine.
Yeah, she's probably with her real boyfriend.
Or maybe she had a life insurance policy.
Yes. Everyone should ring Vicky Gunvalson. I'm just saying. And get yourself a life insurance policy for other people when they die.
If you're dating a very old man who doesn't.
Just in general, I think that she's the number one person to empower females in that way. Like, she's like, it doesn't matter if you don't work or you work. Well, obviously, she loves you to have a job. But, like, if you're with this man or you've had any kind of connection with this man, you should have a life insurance policy against him.
Against him.
I love it. It's true. It's against him, isn't it?
It is. You're like betting that he'll die.
Yeah.
Right. So I have a whole theory about Miami, and it's not really pertinent to later in the episode, but I have to tell you.
All right.
Jodie has been hired by Lenny.
Oh. Because of the house situation.
Jodie was supposed to be getting married like a hot minute before he met Lisa. He's in his pocket about the house plans. It's all, he's paying him to distract her so that he can keep eyes on her and like sort it out in the way that he wants.
I don't know how I feel about that.
That's why he's got all that weird plastic face going on.
He doesn't give anything away.
Lenny's probably doing it. Like, so he owes Lenny money somehow. He owes Lenny something.
His ex-wife's boobs. Something
has happened. Something terrible.
Or his current face.
Yeah. Someone killed somebody. Something happened. Someone's got gambling debts. Something has happened. And Lenny owns him.
I think you might be onto something here, you know.
Because there's no other possible explanation for that house story.
As crazy as it sounds. And the fact that Lenny went with it, because the moment she started talking about it, I was like, oh, girl,
Mm-hmm.
why are you putting that on TV?
Why are you telling everybody this? This is weird.
Why are you telling Lenny this?
Exactly.
And then apparently he went with it.
Yeah. Why do we need so many hot tubs? Because you're not going to live here long, babe.
Oh, so you live in Miami where it's 100 degrees every day. Who is sitting in a hot tub?
And humid.
Yeah.
It's not a dry heat.
No. Suspicious.
It's very suspicious.
Oh, I'm here for that. Oh, I like that theory.
So I'm putting that line in the sand. That is my thoughts. But at the start of the episode, we're still shopping. We're in Mexico. Lisa talks about how her mum is really old school. And by that, she means like emotionally unavailable and never had sex with her husband.
Yeah.
Is that what old school Canadian means? When she was 16, she moved in with a guy. And then when she was 18, she moved in with the other guy she was dating. So like, it's, the clues were there.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like trying to shop, but she like doesn't know what her children like or who they are or anything. And she's just like looking at like tat. Whereas like Dr. Nicole is like the epitome, like the opposite. She's like, look at these lovely little cute wooden toys. And yeah. No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Nicole is trying to build the bridge between Kiki and Lisa. She's like, see, she was nice. It was good. It's not really coming off, is it?
I don't have the patience for people like Lisa. I just don't. And
I can't stand her.
I thought up until recently she was a little bit spoiled and she was a bit thing, but I always felt really sorry for her. I always felt like she was treated badly. She always had the best intentions in the situation.
Yeah, that's what you thought. That's where you were wrong.
Yeah, and now I'm realizing that this bitch hasn't got a fucking clue.
She's not good at heart. She's shallow at heart.
Yeah. She really is. And it's
yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. She's a bad person.
Yeah, she's fundamentally rotten to the core.
Or she's just so shallow. There's just no depth.
Well, I mean, there's depth to her breastises and her lips.
But you couldn't like plunge into those depths. You just bounce off. She's impenetrable.
Impenetrable, yes. Unless it's anal.
I know, she's so fucking wound up, but like...
And she needs to do anal twice a week just so she can shit.
Just for an excuse to take some poppers and calm the fuck down.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so they do that. They go shopping. They do blah, blah, blah.
Kiki eats a cricket.
Then they go for their dinner.
So do they go for dinner at the tequila place? Or is that separate?
No, I think the tequila came to them at dinner.
Okay. So Lazarus spent $800,000 on tequila.
I think 50% of that was on those necklaces.
I mean,
if they're real diamonds.
What a fucking swing and a miss that was. So they've gone to dinner. Kiki's brought a bag of dicks.
Fucking love it.
To put in a piñata.
Mm-hmm. And Adriana won't use a dildo because it doesn't have warmth or a pulse.
Yeah.
I love that.
I thought it was quite a good definition of things that you want to have sex with.
I got it. Like, immediately as soon as she said it, I didn't roll my eyes, I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, okay, fair.
This is her standard. I like it.
I get it, yeah.
I liked how sort of pleasantly surprised Alexia was. She was like, oh, it's clear. Ooh, like, yes, this sort of matches my outfit. It's actually perfect. Thank you.
I don't know if I'd want to have a clear dildo. I know, it's weird.
I don't know. Maybe there's a novelty.
Yeah, I just feel like
You see them clear toasters? They're fun.
No, I couldn't have a clear toaster either. I don't like a clear kettle. I don't like anything I can.
Because you
No.
can see if it's not clean.
Yeah. Like, it's not that the dildo would be unclean or anything. It's just like, I just feel there's like got to be a level of. If it's an internal
Solidness.
dildo, like realness, yeah. Like, I'm not
An
looking to,
internal dildo as opposed to what?
like a something that vibrates on the outside.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like something I'm using to
Yeah.
penetrate. The word I should have used was penetrate, yeah. So like something I'm going to use to penetrate, then that's a bit different. But then again, I don't know. Like maybe I would use one of those big black ones, and that's not realistic.
But I think are the clear ones slightly medical?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It just makes me uncomfortable. It's unnerving. Don't know.
It used to, like, in the olden days, they used to have like glass sex toys. That's like a level of trust.
Yeah, I'm not here for glass. There's no glass going near my cooch. No. No.
Anyway, they're having tequila. Marisol doesn't like tequila. She doesn't like strong booze.
But she drinks vodka.
She drinks vodka straight directly into her veins. And they taste the tequila. Nobody implies it tastes nice.
No.
Alexia does a toast of "we all work hard." I loved it. I really liked Alexia in this episode.
I like Alexia this season, period.
She's showing me much more like, maybe I'm just getting used to her delivery, but like it's less harsh.
I tell you what I think it is it's the same as Teresa, because you know they're the same person, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is very much that something is going to come out about her and Todd. So this is her season where she is trying to claw back the public opinion. So she is doing everything she can
to be nice.
Be nice, or to be reasonable and logical and have a level of understanding for certain things. So when the shit comes out that she's trying to hide,
okay, fair.
There's a certain level of like sympathy towards her and like understanding. And Teresa does the exact same thing.
See, I thought it was like an accent thing that I just got used to. Like when I moved to Glasgow, I was like 8 weeks in when I realized that like everyone isn't shouting at you.
Yeah.
And then when you realize that, you're like, they're really friendly.
Yeah.
It's just that the delivery is like on 11. We've gone to the tequila tasting, and then so Alexia says that everybody works hard. Lassa's not special. She's standing on this hill. She's not backing down. And so to Lassa to prove that she works really hard and has really invested in this business and it's really, really important to her, she has had 3 necklaces made.
She didn't have time to make more.
She didn't have time. She's been sniffing them away. She's been cutting diamonds.
And it's Kiki and Alexia both said, very smart marketing. Very smart.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, it's just a coincidence that she's got it on the 2 models.
I mean.
And herself. It's just a coincidence that she's got it on Kiki, who is, you know, actively being photographed in the world, and someone who is actively married to one of the biggest superstars in the world, sports superstars in the world.
Yeah.
There's no cynicism in that, is there?
None.
I love you all. We're all supporting each other. You two get a necklace. She didn't even say like
Lassa's not supporting anyone. I don't know why Lassa seems to think that we're that dumb. Like, again, just because you walk around with a paper bag over your head doesn't mean the rest of us does.
Oh, don't look at me and tell me I'm dumb. No.
Yeah.
That's a you problem.
This is a you situation. You're an arsehole. Everyone knows you're an arsehole. Why is this even a conversation?
Yeah. But then the conversation I do like is, what would you take from people?
Yeah.
And Alexia says, I would take from Kiki that she lights up a room.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's a lovely thing to say.
She
really
does,
nice,
though, doesn't she?
Yeah. And Kiki's like, oh, she's really like touched by that. Because I think she thinks like Alexia's kind of like the mum of the group. Like she's an important figure. I think that really was really sweet. And Adriana says that she wants some like Jordan dick.
I fucking hate Adriana, but she's fucking great TV.
She'll say what we wouldn't say.
No, but also, so I feel like she's unnecessary. Like, a lot of the times,
Oh,
like,
completely. Like,
I
what is your fucking
can't.
problem? Why are you delving into this?
Like, why
Leave
do you
it
always
alone.
have...
Why do you care?
Yeah, but then, like, yeah, like you say, she says the stuff that we want to say. Yeah.
But then we have does Michael Jordan approve of your relationship chat? She's like, look over there.
So they're playing a Miami Spanish version of pickleball?
I don't know. What was that? I don't know. Because someone said, oh, it's not pickleball, it's... But we don't know the difference. And I was like, what was it?
Yeah, I didn't get it. But I am here for it.
I thought they just said racket, maybe.
I don't know. I don't really care. All I know is that it was very interesting to watch. Larsa was very confused by the fact that someone called her out on something that was actually happening in her life. And she was like, he was just laughing. He was laughing. No, he wasn't, bitch.
He wasn't laughing.
And I love the fact that they were moving the phone around, like, at different angles to try and capture the moment. Like, yeah, in every angle.
I'm looking at it from the back of my phone. He's not laughing.
Fucking love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, that was the highlight of my day. It really was.
Yeah, it's
and Alexia takes Frankie to his independence.
Oh yeah,
situation.
At the De Moya Foundation. And
yeah,
is he going to get a job? Is that what they were saying, or has he got a job? That's brilliant.
I'm here for all of it. Could you imagine if Peter was his actual carer?
No.
I feel like I would have to step in. As a random member of the public, I would have to step in and be like, this is not okay.
I mean, surely Marisol is going to watch that episode and be like, I think it's best that if anything happens to Alexia, I'm his guardian.
I think that's what's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, it can't be Peter.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, her like anxiety of leaving him alone in the new building and stuff. And it's like, you can completely see both sides of it. I thought the woman at the foundation was great. Like, you go away, stop it, just go, get out.
And next time, don't even come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved all of it. I just love seeing Frankie on my TV.
Oh, yeah, great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then what happens?
So that's then Lenny. We find out that Lenny has signed whatever part, but they're not divorced.
No.
But he's agreed to build her the house that Jodie designed.
Yeah. Which I feel like is going to come back and bite her in the ass at some point. Like, I feel like
clearly
there's something more in this. But then maybe that feeling was what you were saying, like, that it's a whole ploy. Like, the Jodie Lenny thing is a thing. So maybe that's what's making me feel uncomfortable.
It's just so weird. And then it's Dr. Nicole meeting Isis.
Oh.
And she's being like the parent and being like, what are your intentions? And what is your background? You have a job and do you have kids? And he's tracking her period. It's too much.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And then but Nicole at the end, she's like, well, who am I to judge? I'm like, well, be sure. I think she was like, I've done enough. Like, I don't need to get any closer to that.
I think at some point your dad's going to be who he's going to be. You're going to be who you're going to be. And I think you just kind of have to let it go. Like, there's only so much you can do, right?
Yeah.
You can't,
you can only meet an adult where they're prepared to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then it's more pickleball chat and how he's said he referred to her as his wife.
Oh, Marcus referred to Larsa, yeah.
And like, we can all see it's bullshit and how the money and the daddy is going to cut it all off. But it's like you say, why is Adriana so invested?
Because she's got nothing else going on.
Yeah, but that's sad. And it's too much to stop.
Well, we don't want her to stop though, do we?
No, not for the show, but in real life, I'm like, you can't just be walking around hoping that horrible things happen to other people. Like, that's not nice.
But that's who we invest our time in. These are the level of people and humans that we love to talk to and talk about.
But it doesn't work for her, does it? Because she doesn't bring anything because she's focused on the negative. That's why people forget she's in the bus.
Fair.
Like, you're sitting there with a fucking like garland on your head. Like, you should be quite noticeable, and then people can't count you. I think that's why Lassa stopped at 4 kids. I think that's how much she can count.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, all her vagina was so beat out from the multiple times a night of sex. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
4 kids. Nah, it's too much. It's too much. Anyway, on that note, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to talk about Lassa's beaten up vagina. I hope you enjoyed that topic.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
Who doesn't? Thanks for listening. I hope you rate, comment, and subscribe. Any final thoughts?
No, my head is empty. It doesn't.
Ain't that the truth? No, I'm joking. Anyway, thank you for listening. Good night, guys.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.